Now streaming live, Full Velocity TV begins now.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, strap yourselves in for the wildest thrill ride of your life. So grab a snack and sit back because we're about to throw it down.
We've got the best three-wide action door-to-door racing on the turn number 4 you'll find on iRacing, right here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network.
We are about to crown tonight's champion, and it's time to let her dig.
We're restacked and repacked off of turn number 4. Who's it gonna be? Good evening and welcome to our second rendition here this evening of the DWRL BladeNote.com Sunday Night Shootout Series, and what a fantastic race we have in store for you here at Williams Grove Speedway. Street stocks will be the way of the land here for this one, but before we get into tonight's festivities, we're going to set it down trackside for the playing of our national anthem. And thank you for the beautiful rendition of the national anthem from James Grayson. He does all of our video work here at the Full Velocity Racing Network. Heat race number 1 already starting to grid onto the speedway, but just go over the points here for just a second for the Blade Note Shootout Series, the top 10 right now. Your current points lead coming in, it is Casey Brunson by 1 point over Jason Salter. Third is Eric Eichstead. Fourth is Rocky Battlefield, who's not with us here this evening. Then you got Kyle Moyer, Alex Brewer, Kyle Surratt. Then you got Alex Cummings, David Brewer, and Caleb Ramsey. That is your top 10 here in the BladeNote.com Shootout Series. As these guys get ready, locked and loaded here for heat race number 1. And heat race number 1 is going to go away like this. Starting on the pole, driving the number 36. That is John Monkern. And his day as a brother outside, driving the number 61. That is Josh Peacock. Inside row number 2 in the third starting position. That's the number 71. That's the Iceman. That's Daniel Stifler. And his day as a brother outside, driving the number 8. That's Austin Miners. Inside row number 3. That's the number 73. That's Stephen Moore. And outside him, that's the evil one. That's Jim Revis aboard the number 21. Inside row number 4 in the 7th starting position, that is the number 34, that's Dustin Benton. And outside him will be David Brewer aboard the 319. Caleb Royfel in the number 32 going to roll off shotgun on the field, as it's going to be rather interesting. I'd love to see the 32 car out there, as that's my favorite. That's the number I actually use out there. So we'll see how good he can do here this evening. Again, John Monkern, I believe, set quick time here tonight, so he'd be the Hard Motorsports quick time heat race number 1. Obviously, that's where you're going to be if you start on the pole. I know we got some upcoming events here we'd like to talk about real briefly here that are coming up. We got the ICEV Wraps 300 coming up here November 2nd, and that's going to be $50 in iRacing credits out there. Anybody welcome. It is the trucks at the Charlotte Speedway, or I should say Charlotte Motor Speedway, I should say. It's going to be BladeNode.com. Mike said Wraps. Thanks to Sam Perry for bringing that broadcast to fruition here. And it is open to anybody. So anybody that's even on dirt, come on out and have a blast. It's on a Saturday afternoon, and it'll be rather quick. It's going to be a fun race, a fun time. $50 in iRacing credit is going to go to that as the first heat race is underway. iRacing I flag, great flags in the air. And John Monkern leads the charge down into turn number 1. So John Monkern aboard the number 36 machine, leading the charge here. It's been a long time since I've seen him out front there in the number 36 machine. Second right now, the 61 of Josh Peacock. Peacock's looked to the bottom there a couple times there, out of turn number 3 and 4. They're already down the front straightaway here in the turn number 1. The 71 of Daniel Stifler running in that third spot. Fourth is the number 8 of Austin Miners. Miners right now holding on to that 4th spot. 5th is Stephen Moore aboard the number 73 machine. Well, excuse me, 73 around. Should say he fell back to the 9th position. So 5th is the number 34 of Dustin Benton. Dustin Benton in that number 34 machine running in that 5th spot. So looking at all these cars, just looking at the logos and different things that are on these cars, see a lot of Full Velocity Racing Network logos. You got to thank all these guys that continue to run our logo on the side of your cars. If you don't have it on the side of your cars, I feel sorry because you don't. But thank you those who are running it out there. John Monkern having the great ride of his life there in the number 36 machine, still holding on to the top spot just over Josh Peacock there in that number 61 machine. Daniel Stifler still running in that 3rd spot. Austin Miner still running 4th. He dives in pretty deep there, trying to get around the 71 of Stifler. Not going to be had there coming off the corner. We got 4 laps remaining on Williams Grove here. And the Street Stocks, the BladeNode.com Shootout Series. Street Stocks, open setup. This is the opening series. This is where you want to be here to try to get into the Wednesday night street fights. You get invited into that. You don't have to be necessarily the fastest racer. It's clean and courteous and everything else that goes with that. Is Team Elite number 8 machine running in that 4th spot. So once again, got to thank everybody for tuning in. Charlie Milner out there, he's got a nice design coming up here for the month of October for us. Thank you, Charlie, for doing what you did for us here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Well appreciated there, and well appreciated. Always a great time to have you aboard there, and thank you to everybody else coming on and watching the events here tonight. Is heat race number 1 about wrapping up here. As heat race number 1 is already down the back straightaway here into turn number 3. It is still been all the number 36 of John Monkern. He's going to come off of turn number 4 and get that white flag. Here, did he hold on to the top spot over the 61 of Josh Peacock? Daniel Stifler right there knocking on the door too. They dive it down here into turn number 1 and 2. Peacock now dives it down to the extreme bottom, trying to get around the number 36 of John Monkern. But he leads the charge into turn 3 for the final time. Can Moncurn hold on? He drifts up the track. Peacock down to the bottom. Slamming the door shut is Moncurn. Moncurn taking down heat race number 1. The 61 of Josh Peacock going to finish up second. Third is going to be Daniel Stifler. Fourth, Austin Miners and Dustin Benton round out your top 5. Pink cars out there on the speedway. Hoping to see the pink cars here. October coming up, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I'd love seeing the pink cars start coming out and groves usually here in October. So I love seeing the different schemes that are going to come out here and about. Race number 2 getting ready to come to post, and it's going to go away like this. Starting on the pole, the number 16 machine in a pink car himself. Driver of the number 16, David Blackbird. And as that's part of the outside, driving the number 10, that's racing Jason Salter. Inside road number 2, that's the driver of the number 1 machine, that is Alex Brewer. Brewer aboard the number 1, and now it's at him will be the 07 machine. That is Justin Pruitt. Pruitt aboard the number 07. Rolling off inside row number 3 in the 5th starting position. That's driver the number 17 machine. That is the Tennessee Tumbler, Brett Rolls. And outside him will be Brandon Culp aboard the 122 machine, rolling off in position number 6. Rolling off 7th will be the 073 of Steve Robbins. Robbins aboard the 073. And Austin J. Rogers aboard the 110 machine. It's actually the 11X machine out there on the speedway. Is going to be Austin J. Rogers aboard that 11X. And shotgun on the field driving the number 69 machine. That is Chris Lawrence. Lawrence aboard the number 69. So we call for 9 cars out here for heat race number 2. We have all 9 cars out there. And this one is going to be led by David Blackburg and Jason Salter to get the initial green flag. So this is going to be a rather interesting race. Another stacked and packed heat here for the DWRL. BladeNote.com Sunday Night Shootout Series. Always stacked and packed here for these guys. And this is the pinnacle of dirt track racing, especially for, I'm going to say, the street stocks. These guys are the pinnacle of street stock division racing here at DWRL. So once again, want everybody to share the stream link out there. Let everybody know Full Velocity Racing Network is live and in charge here. Again, I'm Chad Stanton. Down there pushing the controls again, Jack Truan. We're making everything, all the magic happen, all the screen pictures, the iRacing flag, green flags in the air. And it is the number 16 of David Blackbird leading the charge down the front straightaways. They storm off into turn number 1. Racing Jason Salter running in that second spot. Third is a nice battle going on between, it looks like, Justin Pruitt and Alex Brewer in that number 1. Brewer down to the bottom side. Alex trying to keep it and maintain it down to the bottom. Going to slide up in front of the 07 of Pruitt. Going to jam him up just a tad bit, make him get all kinds of out of shape. Here goes Brett Rolls in that number 17 machine. He's trying to qualify his way in to the Sunday Night Shootout Series here tonight in that number 17. So Team DWR leads X91, which leads in turn the number 1 machine of Alex Brewer. Brewer right now running in the 3rd spot. Salter and Blackbird makes a little bit of contact coming out of turn number 4. Salter gathers it back up, falls back into line, trying to mount another charge against the number 16 machine. We'll see what's going to happen there. Brewer in a great midst of a battle there between Rolls and the 122 machine. As Rolls looking to the bottom, the inside of the 07 adjusted Pruitt. It was a side-by-side battle there for a moment. As now here comes Rolls, the 17R, down to the extreme bottom once again, trying to get around the 07 of Justin Pruitt. So far, Pruitt's able to slam the door and hold on to that 4th spot. Meanwhile, up front, it is the number 16 of David Blackbird leading the way. Jason Salter running in that 2nd spot. 3rd is Alex Brewer. Brewer's been looking to the inside, looking to the outside now. And that number 1 machine looking to try to get something to work up on the top shelf of the speedway as he rips the lip up there, trying to get around the number 10 of Jason Salter. Going to be able to do so at the line, I do believe. He just barely beat him back to the line there. So put Alex Brewer back to the 2nd spot. Jason Salter not going away. Salter again looks to the bottom to try to wrestle that away from Alex Brewer. Down the back straightaway here to turn number 3. It's still Alex Brewer running in that 2nd spot, but Salter dives in pretty deep, trying to pull a slider of his own right there through the corner. They come off of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. It is still David Blackbird in the race lead. So Salter looking to the inside, making a 3 wide race for the lead there. They go lead, almost lead on to the number 1 of Alex Brewer. They keep it off each other. Not sure how they managed to do that one. As the popsicle sticks in the air here, 2 more trips around the speedway for David Blackburn aboard the Team DWR number 16 machine. Salter still trying to fight it with the number 1 of Alex Brewer. Again, Salter, if one of these guys make a mistake, he might be able to take over the top spot here. As it gets a wee bit sideways coming off of turn number 4. Going to lose that momentum as that white flag comes in the air for David Blackburn. Now 3 wide for the race lead through turn number 1. Blackburn right now with the lead in that number 16 machine. Alex Brewer still running in second. Jason Salter going to throw her in pretty deep once again. He hits inside fence. Does Salter. He's going to lose some spots. The Blackburn going to take down the win. Alex Brewer for 2. Third is going to be Justin Pruitt. 4th, Brandon Culp, or Brett Rolls, excuse me, going to finish up 5th. Brandon Culp was 4th. Jason Salter, after hitting the inside barricade, big mistake for that number 10 machine. He tried to go for the race win. Going to take himself out of a qualifying spot. He's going to have to go to one of those consolation events. Tough break for racing Jason Salter. Like I said, glad that everybody can tune into the Full Velocity Racing Network, your source for eSport racing. Heat number 2, get ready to come to post. We got to thank some of our great sponsors here that come aboard each and every week here on the Full Velocity Racing Network, and glad to have these guys as partners here of our great network. And as we continue to grow, you can get involved and be a part of our sponsorship team too. By Hanover Wrecker Service. Tyler Blankenship, give him a call if you're down in the West Virginia area, 1304-664-3848. Also got to thank iRacingIFlag.com. If you really want to be a step above the competition, head on over to iRacingIFlag.com. Also got to thank Brian and Kathy Boyles of Boyles Trucking, CNC Custom Designs, Tim Cummings and CNC Custom Designs. Thank you for coming aboard there. BladeNote.com, of course. Got to thank Vlad and got to thank Sam. Those guys do a fantastic job helping us out, and thank you guys for being a part of it. If you use the promo code FVRN, you get 25% off your first purchase. Also got to thank Scott Barkoff at South Texas Speedway. Visit them on the web at www.southtxspeedway.com. Also got to thank Monstar Productions, Hard Motorsports, TDR-Racing.net, and Trash Panda Graphics. Those are our official sponsors, along with Ike Said Wraps. Right now, heat race number 2 already rolling around the speedway real quick. Go through the lineup as they're going to flash by the start-finish line, get the white flag here for the 1-to-go signal to get to racing here. It is Kyle Moyer, your pole setter. His dancing part of the outside, driving the 0-1-0. That is Casey Brunson, who I believe is currently sitting in second in points right now, or third in points. No, the top spot in points, I believe. He's our points leader. I could be wrong, but I think it is Casey Brunson, our points leader. Third will be Caleb Ramsey, rolling off there in that number 13 machine. Michael Whitlock aboard the double knot, going to roll off in that 4th spot. Rolling off 5th will be the BladeNote.com number 12 machine. That is Eric Eichstead, the voodoo child. Outside him will be the number 25 machine of Henry Jones. Inside row number 4, that's the number 6 machine of Ryan Bronson. And Corey Stansell in the 119 will roll off 8th. And Christopher Carmen, shotgun on the field. iRacing iFlag, green flags in the air. Heat race number 3 underway at the Williams Grove Speedway. Taking a look at the sights and sounds here, just watching these guys storm off into the corners. It is Kyle Moyer with the race lead, second right now. This is 0-1-0, Casey Brunson. Brunson right now looking to bounce back maybe from his late model finish there in the 0-1-0. Right now running in that second spot. Third is the 13 machine of Caleb Ramsey. 4th is Michael Whitlock there. Or excuse me, Eric Eichstead now around Michael Whitlock. So Eric Eichstead running in that 4th spot. Not a lot of these drivers' favorite tracks is Williams Grove. Williams Grove definitely not a easy track to maneuver around. But right now, Casey Brunson looking to the bottom of Kyle Moyer, trying to take over that top spot here as they already enter the back straightaway. They got a nice side-by-side battle going on here into turn number 3. Ramsey trying to stick his nose into the fray too. Through that 3 and 4, off of turn number 4, it's going to be a drag race back to that start finish line to see who's going to lead that lap. I believe that's going to be Casey Brunson. Should have led that lap there in the 010 machine, at least by my eyesight. And indeed, it is .066 over Kyle Moyer the last time by. So they have 5 laps remaining. This time by going to be 4 laps to go there for the 010. Still duking it out for the top spot with Kyle Moyer as Moyer drifts off the track here, already down the front straightaway. That time by going to lead the lap is going to be Kyle Moyer. In 11, he was able to motor around on the outside of the speedway. Looks like the outside starting to pick up some business there. Caleb Ramsey also running outside. Same with Eric Eichstad. Those guys starting to run up to the top shelf of the speedway, trying to find something different than what these guys are doing directly in front of them. 3 laps remain. Here comes Brunson back down to the inside. The battle for the top spot still heated up here between Moyer and Brunson. 11 and the 010. Down the back straightaway here into turn number 3. This time by, you're going to see those popsicle sticks up in the air here for heat race number 3. So 2 more laps will remain as they exit turn number 4. You're going to see those popsicle sticks. 2 more trips around the Williams Grove Speedway. Can Kyle Moyer hang on and take the win here at heat race number 3, or somebody else going to play the spoiler here? As the 010, Brunson again peaks down to the bottom, gets a tad bit loose off of the turn number 2 down the front straight, or back straightaway, I should say. Here in turn number 3. Brunson going to try it again. Driver in pretty deep. White flag going to be in the air for the 010 of Kyle Moyer. Brunson has 1 more shot at him. I believe a couple more shots here. Should say through quarters 1 and 2 and through 3 and 4. Brunson dives her back down to the bottom. They're still side by side coming off the corner. Here's the enter. Get ready to enter turn number 3 as Moyer dives her in pretty deep. Here comes the 010. Brunson trying to do something. Last-ditch effort here in heat race number 3. It's not going to be had. The 11 of Kyle Moyer going to take down the victory. Casey Brunson going to finish up 2nd. 3rd going to be Caleb Ramsey. Eric Eichstad going to finish up 4th. 5th going to be Michael Whitlock, Ryan Bronson, Corey Stansel, Christopher Carmen, and Henry Jones. Round out your 9 cars here at Williams Grove. We know you guys got to have a favorite out there. Let's send that out there. Who are you guys cheering for here tonight to make it into the A-Main? Who are you going to cheer for in the A-Main, for that matter? Heat race number 4. Getting ready to come to post, and the big star donator last broadcast was Joshua Ely aboard the 09 machine, and I think that afforded him here the pole position here at heat race number 4. Again, guys, star donations go a long way. Us up with some star donations. If you guys don't know how, click the star on the bottom there and send some star donations our way. Helps keep our broadcasting rates cheap for these guys, and we really do enjoy it there. Or you can go over to get a Full Velocity swag, fullvelocitytv.com. Go over there and purchase one of our hoodies or Who's It Gonna Be shirts or any of the things that matter out there. But it is Joshua Ely going to take down here the top spot here for heat race number 4. As Dave spread outside, driving the 115, the late model winner here earlier, Eric Tupper. Inside row number 2 in the 3rd star position, that's the number 91. That is Tyson Pankow. And Braden Richards aboard the number 11, I believe it's 11X machine. Going to roll off in position number 4. It's 11R machine. Rolling off 5th will be the number 88 of Kevin Prettyman. And Kyle Surratt going to roll off in position number 6. Rolling off 7th will be the number 631 machine of Alex Cummings. And Jerry Martin aboard the number 39. Going to roll off in position number 8. Jimmy Hoffman in the 032 is supposed to roll off 9th. Not making the call here tonight. So Jimmy Hoffman, unfortunately, not making the call to the heat race. Maybe he'll make the call to the future, but it looks like he's having a little bit of difficulty here tonight. Racing high flag. Green flag comes out. And it's Joshua Ely, of course, the quick time here for heat race number 4. He is leading them down into turn number 1, drifted up the track there. Eric Tupper having a nice qualifying run too, but he's slipping up the track there, allowing the door wide open for some of these guys to dive her in deep. It is Joshua Ely, Tyson Pankow. Then you got the 11R machine now of Braden Richards looking to the bottom of the 115 machine. As Eric Tupper now shuffling himself back to the 4th spot. Do not count out Eric Tupper though. And that number 115 as he holds on to the 4th spot through the turns. So we'll see if he's going to be able to gather it back up. We're already down the back straightaway here. See if Eric Tepper gathers it back up and makes another charge there. Do not count out Kyle Surratt right there. Running in fourth. Surratt goes around and collects the Bulletproof Motorsports 631 machine also. So a little bit of contact over there is going to lay waste to the guys directly behind Eric Tepper. No yellow flag going to come out here in heat racing action. As now, right now, the top four pretty much got the field covered there. So a good race going on here. Just taking a gander of what's going to go on. There's 4 heat races, only the top 3 move on. So you got to see if the 115 of Eric Tepper, top 3 move on to the main event. The rest go to consolations. The 115 of Tepper is on the outside looking in there of the 11R of Braden Richards. Richards holding on to the final transfer spot. So that's the bubble spot there. So Joshua Ely, Tyson Pankow, they're pretty comfortable, but the 11R and the 115 machine going to duke it out for the final transfer. We'll see what happens here. Other cars right directly behind them is Kevin Prettyman, Jerry Martin, Kyle Surratt, Alex Cummings. Those guys were involved in the early race, a little bit of contact, the scuffle, the skirmish, whatever you want to call it over there in the corner. Looks like Tepper had to back out of it there, losing some ground there to the number 11R machine of Braden Richards. Richards back down to the bottom, trying to make it side by side there with the number 91 of Tyson Pankow, but Pankow able to slam the door shut down the front straightaway here to turn number 1. It's Ely, Pankow, Richards, Tepper, Prettyman, Martin, Surratt, and Cummings. Your 8 cars out there on the speedway. So just looking at the great battle going on as Tepper's able to reel those guys back in, as we're going to see the Popsicle Sticks in the air. 2 more trips around the Williams Grove Speedway. How much do you really want to try, guys, to try to get around? You're in a top 3. You're in a qualifying spot to get to the A main. How much do you really want to push the envelope here and try to get around the car that's directly in front of you? You just want to kind of stay consistent there. As watching these guys drift way up the track, leaving the door open for Tepper. That white flag going to come out here. 1 more trip around. Can Eric Tepper make it into the A main here through the heat racing? We'll have to wait and see as Richards now slings her in pretty deep, trying to get around the number 91 of Tyson Pankow. Coming out of the turn number 2. They're already down the back straightaway for the final time. As they dive it down into turn number 3. We'll see what's going to be had here. Is again, Richards way down to the bottom here, trying to get around Pankow. Not going to be had. It's going to be Joshua Ely picking up heat race number 4. Second to the ball to Tyson Pankow. Third, Brandon Richards. Braden Richards, Eric Tepper, Kevin Prettyman, Jerry Martin, Alex Cummings, and Kyle Surratt. Round out your 8 cars. Race directors waste no time here to get right on to the consolation events because we want to go A main racing. Here in just a few moments, just taking a look to see what happens here. So, consolation event number 1 is going to be called the C main on your screen. We are going to have 10 laps will be the distance. The top 8 will transfer on. There is 12 cars here scheduled to be in consolation event number 1, so 4 cars will go home out of this consolation event. Starting on the pole, driving the number 8 machine is going to be Austin Miners. Outside him will be Eric Eichstad aboard the number 12 machine. Inside row number 2 in the third starting position, that's Justin Benton aboard the number 34, and Michael Whitlock will roll off position number 4. Rolling off 5th will be David Brewer aboard the 319, and outside him will be the number 6, that's Ryan Bronson. Inside row number 4 in the 7th starting position, that's number 21, that's Jim Revis, and Corey Stansell, that's going to be your bubble spot. He's going to be driving the 119 machine. He's rolling off in position number 8. Caleb Rife in the 32 machine going to roll off 9th. Christopher Carmen, the 22, rolling off in position number 10. Rolling off 11th will be the number 73, Stephen Moore, and Henry Jones. Shotgun on the field. Does not look like Ryan Bronson making the call here for the heat races. Does not look like he's out there on the speedway. Unfortunate chain of events for him. So that's going to allow another guy. There's me a position, as they would say here in TDR. Great old Foots. I got to hear the tail end of that one, so I know Jack got to hear that. But every time somebody would fade out or just retire from the event, he would yell out, "There's me a position." So used to love that. So again, got to quote him just a tad bit. He was always a great guy to listen to. I know he's still out there, but I went away from the racing simulation series, and hey, let's stop in and see us anymore. Can't really bring Jack into the conversation because he doesn't like to talk, but we'll leave it at that. Maybe someday we'll get him to talk about good old Foots. So it's going to be Austin Miners. Then you got Eric Eichstead, Dustin Benton, Michael Whitlock, David Brewer. Those are going to be your top 6. Top 5, I should say. Top 6 will be actually Jim Revis will be the 6th guy. So 8 cars will transfer on out of the 12 cars. So we already got 1 car not making it into the field. We know that's going to be Ryan Bronson. Unless, of course, some miracle he comes out of the pit road. As the I flag, green flag is out in the air already here for the number 8 of Austin Miners. Here leading it down into the corner here. Dustin Benton getting all kinds of out of shape there, getting up in front of the number 12 of Eric Eichstead. Slide job there early in the going. These guys are going to waste no time, no energy to try to get to the top 8 spots to try to make it into the A main, because that's you don't make points if you don't make it into the A feature. So that's what these guys are trying to do. A lot of these guys inside the top 10 in points. Some of them not so much as others, but or maybe they're just skating on the outside, looking in of the top 10 in points. Jim Revis down to the bottom there in the number 21 machine. Nice to see a pink number 21 out there. I think it says junk on it. Yeah, it does. It says junk on the number 21 machine. So again, that is. Jim Revis there, number 21, letting her dig down on the bottom. So, just looking at the different pace schemes, team elite number 8 machine of Austin Miners out in the race lead. Justin Benton running in that 2nd spot. 3rd is Eric Eichstead. 4th is David Brewer, Michael Whitlock, Jim Revis, Stephen Moore, and Christopher Carmen in the 22 machine, holding on to the final transfer spot. Nobody really around him. The 32 down on the bottom there, already a lap down. Corey Stansel a lap down, and Henry Jones. Those guys down on the pit road, all pulled down. Christopher Carmen, looks like he's going to make it here into the race. We'll see what happens. So a couple of cars a lap down already. Now we got Carmen missing from the field. I'm kind of confused what's going on back there. So not going to have it there. Carmen back there in the number 22. Looks like he's pulled off the track there. Had to go down the pit road. So we'll wait to see who makes it in there in the final transfer spot. So the number 8 of Austin Miners leading here. How hard do you really want to pressure? That's going to be the question here. Do you want to pressure a ton on some of these positions, knowing that you're going to make it into the A main? Maybe just hold off and wait until you get to the A main before you really charge it up to the front of the field. Or do you want to do something else there and try to take down a win here? Maybe a little bit better starting spot into the future might go a long way too here in consolation event number 1. So we're out there as watching everything going on. Oh, well, it looks like Sam Perry out there. I think that's correct. 1,000 stars. Did you just do that, Sam? 500 and 500, and they're stealing your stars. I don't know. Thank you, Sam Perry, for the star donations. It looks like that's what happened there. As maybe Facebook just decided, hey, I'm just going to give us some more stars than you wanted to give out there. But thank you for the star donations. Thank you for everybody that does that. Keeps our broadcasting rates low. We're still racing here with a consolation event number 1. Not really a huge battle going on here. As Austin Miners right now, your current race leader. 2nd still is the number 34 of Dustin Benton. Eric Eichstead running 3rd. David Brewer, Jim Revis in the 5th spot. 6th is Michael Whitlock. 7th is Stephen Moore, and Caleb running in the 8th spot in the number 32 machine, 1 lap down. It looks like he's pretty much got that locked down for the final transfer spot. So as we are already on white flag, so yeah, he's 1 lap ahead of the rest of the guys. So should make it the A main here tonight. That'll be good for Caleb. We're down here into the corner for Austin Miners in that number 8 machine. Going to pull off a turn number 4 and take down consolation event number 1 with the Team Elite number 8. Austin Miners taking it down. Dustin Benton running in second, going to finish up second. Third going to be Eric Eichstead, David Brewer, Jim Revis, Michael Whitlock, Stephen Moore, and Caleb in the number 32 machine. Going to rally 8 cars that make the A main. Waiting for these guys to wind down. We're going to have heat race, or I should say consolation event number 2. They're going to call it the B main out there. So we're going to again take 8 cars from this one. And it's going to start like this. Brandon Culp aboard the 122. Going to start on the pole. As dancing aboard the outside, driving the 115 machine. That is Eric Tupper. Inside row number 2 in the third starting position. That's the number 17R machine. That is Brett Rolls. There's dancing aboard the outside. Kevin Prettyman aboard the number 88. Austin J. Rogers aboard the 110, going to roll off position number 5. Rolling off 6th will be Jerry Martin in that number 39 machine. Rolling off 7th will be the racing Jason Salter aboard the number 10. Alex Cummings rolling off in position number 8. Rolling off 9th will be Steve Robbins in the 073. And Kyle Surratt going to roll off in position number 10. Chris Lawrence rolling off 11th. And Jimmy Hoffman rolling off 12th. Hoffman, I don't think, going to answer the call either, so we'll have a car eliminated already off the bat. So 3 cars will go home here from consolation event number 2. I love to say that Robbie out there, the 07, jamming Justin Pruitt. That's a pretty good name. I like that. What's he jamming to? You can maybe answer me that. I'd like to say Dan Boy Racing, but I know he's part of team DWR now. He's in the DWR stable, so we'll see what happens there. But yeah, that was a cool nickname. Jamming to some rap is what Jack is saying. Is that true, Robbie, out there? Is that true? Jamming Justin Pruitt. That's a pretty good name. We could make that stick. I think we could definitely make that one stick. As these guys come around. So we got Eric Tupper. We got Brandon Culpe in the 122 machine. Those guys are your front row. And then you have Brett Rolls and Kevin Prettyman, Austin J. Rogers, Jerry Martin, Jason Salter, Alex Cummings. Those are your 8 cars that would be qualifying in right now. And then right now you have Steve Robbins. You got Kyle Surratt would be on outside looking at Chris Lawrence. This is going to be rather interesting. There's a lot of heavy hitters here in consolation event number 2. This is the B main. So I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens here. Keeping your eye on maybe the number 18 machine of Kyle Surratt, as he's wicked fast here. Last year's champion in the Sunday Night Shootout Series. iRacing High Flag, green flags back in the air for the first time here for the B main, I should say, or consolation event number 2. Here comes Eric Tupper diving down to the inside, trying to make a run here on Brandon. Brandon right now holding on to the top spot. Tupper running in second. Third looks like it's going to work out too. Wow, things are working out here. It's Brett Rolls in the 17R machine. The 10 racing Jason Salter down to the bottom. Right now, your final transfer spot is belonging to the number 18 machine of Kyle Surratt. So Surratt right now positioned himself into the final transfer spot, trying to get around a couple other cars. Car going around, not sure who that was. That was Chris Lawrence there, getting completely sideways. He's able to gather back up, but that's not good for his boat to try to make it into the A feature. These guys just tossing it up here. Steve Robbins, a 631 machine. Those guys all pretty tight together. They're trying to track down now Jerry Martin onto the bubble spot. Surratt said, I had enough of the bubble. He got the whale out of there. That number 18 machine. Now moving on to, it looks like the 88 machine of Kevin Prettyman right there directly in front of him. So we'll see what happens there. Is 18 trying to make his way to the front. The less he has to worry about that bubble spot. The Surratt dives are in pretty deep there, trying to get around Kevin Prettyman. Up front, it is Brandon. Now here comes the 115, the Tupper down to the bottom. Brett Rolls running in that third spot. There in the number 17 machine, there's Rolls doing a fantastic job. Has not made one of these events here, at least didn't make the event last week here in the Street Stock Division, the Full Fender Frenzy here, Sunday Night BladeNote.com, Sunday Night Shootout Series. This time trying to make his way in here. 8 cars. scheduled to make it through the B main, or the consolation event number 2, as I would call it there. But Brett Rolls holding on to that third spot. Fourth right now is racing Jason Salter. Fifth is Austin J. Rogers aboard the 11 machine. And then you have Kyle Surratt already peeking down to the bottom. So he is starting to make his moves up to the front of the field there, the Bulletproof Motorsports number 18. But he's also got to be cautious, I would think, as now he gets down below the 11 there to try to wrestle that away. Not going to be had there as he gets a tad bit loose off the corner, as we have 5 laps remaining here. So we have 5 in, 5 to go. That means halfway home here in consolation event number 2. So again, up front now, it looks like lead starting the battle. The battle's heating up, whatever you want to call it, waging war. Eric Chopper has been down to the bottom of Brandon here a couple different times, for that matter, as he's really diving in pretty deep, trying to make the bottom work. As it looks like it sticks for him out the corner a tad bit. Starting to get a little bit of forward bite there up alongside of Brandon here. Down into turn number 3. Can Eric Chopper now lead another lap in that 115 machine here in consolation event number 2. Looks like 3 laps will remain there for the 122 machine, as Eric Chopper still sitting there trying to fight it out, duke it out. But Kyle Surratt, I tell you what, has really started to turn it up again there in that number 18 machine, as he's really on the bottom. He got around Prettyman, now looking to get around the 11 and the 17R machine. It's 3 wide battle. Looks like Surratt going to go into the 4th spot there, maybe out the car. Oh, some contact. Surratt down into the wall. Rolls has to try to save it. He's into the wall. Around he goes. The 17R of Brett Rolls goes from being into the A main to exiting stage left there in the 17R machine. He's on the trailer. Unfortunate chain of events for Brett Rolls there, as that contact being made, and it might have been a little bit of contact, too much contact over there, as it just looked like those guys were diving in pretty deep. They're racing for the same piece of real estate. Now up front for the final lap here, it has been unfolded as Eric Chopper down to the bottom. Salter also right there. Brandon up top as they enter the back straightaway and go into turn number 3 for the final time. Is it going to be Eric Chopper, or is it going to be Brandon or Jason Salter for that matter? Off of turn number 4, drag race to the start finish line. Is it going to be Chopper or Brandon? Looks like, oh, at the line. Brandon Culp going to take down the victory there. The 115 of Eric Chopper going to finish up second. Third going to go to Jason Salter. Austin Rogers, Kevin Prettyman, Kyle Surratt, Jerry Martin, and Alex Cummings, your 8 cars that make it into the A feature. So as we get ready and prepared here for the 8 main, I tell you what great racing that we had going on. Tough luck for Brett Rolls not making the A main. I thought he was actually going to make it there in that 17R machine, but a little bit of contact prevented that. But we're getting ready, locked and loaded for a 60 lap A main feature, and it's going to go away like this. Starting in the 28th starting position, driving the number 631 machine. I'm going to go backwards and mess with Jack. That is Alex Cummings. The 631, starting 27th, will be the number 32 of Caleb Rifle. And inside row number 13, or outside row number 13, that'll be the number 39 of Jerry Martin. And the 25th spot, that'll be Stephen Moore. Rolling off 24th will be Kyle Surratt in the number 18 machine. And then Michael Whitlock in the double knot, going to roll off in position number 23. Position 23 in the 00 machine. So I screwed myself up. Kevin Prettyman aboard number 88, going to roll off position number 22. Rolling off 21st will be Jim Revis in the number 21. Rolling off 20th will be Austin J. Rogers aboard the 110 machine. And then David Brewer rolling off position number 19 in the 319. Rolling off 18th will be Jason Salter aboard the number 10 machine. And rolling off 17th will be the number 12 of Eric Eichstad. Rolling off 16th will be Eric Chopper aboard the 115. And rolling off 15th will be Dustin Benton in the number 34. Brandon Culp rolling off 14th in the 122. Then you have Austin Miners rolling off 13th aboard the number 8. Rolling off 12th will be the 010, the 11R Braden Richards, and then you have Caleb Ramsey rolling off 11th. And now your top 10, the 07 of Justin Pruitt outside row number 5 in the 10th starting position. Inside will be the number 71 in the 9th starting position of Daniel Stifler. Tyson Pankow rolling off in 8th, and number 91, and Casey Brunson rolling off in the 010 in 7th. Rolling off 6th will be Alex Brewer. 5th will be Josh Peacock, Josh Healy, Kyle Moyer, David Blackburn, John Monkern. That is your 28-car field, and I won't do that again. The green flag is out down into turn number 1. Tried to do what they did last night at the local track, and man, that just didn't sound right. So we're not going to try that again. Maybe for a big field if we have a couple more laps. But John Monkern, your Cura race leader there in the 36 machine. David Blackbird running in second, actually back to 4th now already. That quick, as fast as it changed there through the corner. Kyle Moyer moved himself up to that 2nd spot there in the number 11 machine. Here comes the number 61 machine of Josh Peacock in that 3rd spot. Again, David Blackburn that rolled back to 4th, and Casey Brunson right now rounds out your top 5. As Jack was talking about how it was rather interesting for me to go through the back of the field there, so he says, I tried to be a funny guy and see what happens to me. Karma bites me in the rear, pretty much is what happened there. Kyle Moyer running in 2nd. 3rd is still Josh Peacock, as we're already 3 laps in here of the 60-lap A main at the Williams Grove Speedway, Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. They're the main site. And just want to remind you guys, we have a good race coming up here. November 2nd. It's going to be Saturday afternoon. And stay tuned to our Full Velocity Racing Facebook page. Well, Full Velocity Racing Network Facebook page, just to say the racing page is gone because Phil or I don't ever race anymore. But stay tuned to that. We'll share the event, but it is going to be 300 miles here at 200 laps at Charlotte. It's going to be BladeNote.com, Eric Eichstad Wraps. It's open to everybody. It's going to be trucks at Charlotte. It's going to be everything you think it's going to be. And iRacing credits online too, 50 iRacing credits. So thank you to Sam Perry for putting on that show. I enjoy the asphalt shows every now and then because he has to throw it in there because I mean, he likes the asphalt. That's where he's competitive at. That's perfectly fine with me because man, I suck at the asphalt and I'm good at dirt. So one of these times I'll race against him and we'll have a good old fashioned bang out session with the trucks or something. Maybe do some Wreckfest or something. But meanwhile, up front it is still John Monkern in that number 36 machine. And leading the field here rather quickly, I should say, 24.609. So I'm just looking at the lap time. So he is putting down some pretty blistering laps there, but he's not getting away a lot because Kyle Moyer is running about the same lap time. The rest of the field, for some reason, is not, but things will change as the field load lightens in these setups. Things will change. You'll watch some of these guys rise to the top of the occasion. You'll watch some of the guys that started way towards the back make their way to the front of the field here, and you'll see some positions change quite a bit. It's starting to get a little bit dusty here at Williams Grove, at least in my camera angles. I don't know if Jack's seeing the same thing there. It's starting to get a little bit dusty. I don't think they put enough moisture down on the track, but dust clouds all over this place here, making it a little bit difficult for me to see here. The number 16 machine works over the bottom there, trying to get around the 61. So that's a reverse number there. Is they try to mess with me with that. But the 16 of David Blackbird works over the bottom side here. The 61 of Josh Peacock. Peacock right now able to hold on to that 3rd spot there in the number 61 machine. So he's able to hold on to it, not able to do anything with Kyle Moyer directly in front of him in there in that number 11. But we'll see what happens here as this race unfolds. We are on lap number 10 this time by 60, so we have 50 laps remaining. I took a sip of my soda. A yellow flag comes out. A Hanover Rucker Service yellow flag coming out is the first yellow flag here of the evening. I believe Caleb involved in this one. We'll have to see if that was indeed the case. No, I think maybe Austin Rogers. Yep, indeed, it is Austin Rogers there. Looks like 631 of Alex Cummings getting loose. Comes up there and tags the 32. It should be the 11 machine of Austin Rogers. Just said 32 able to get through that one. So Austin Rogers going for a ride there. And the number 11 machine, tough break for him is, like I said, just a little bit of contact being made there, sending him around. So let's set the top 10 of the field. Right now, your current race leader, the Evil One Graphics number 36 of John Monkern. Your current race leader. Then you got the number 11 of Kyle Moyer running in the second spot, as I lost him there for a minute. Third is Bulletproof Motorsports FVRN number 61 of Josh Peacock. Can't forget CCM Customs also on the board on the side of that one. And Milner. Actually, Milner. I believe painted that skin. So Tubbs out there painting the number 61 machine. So nice looking paint scheme aboard that. Fourth is the number 16 machine of David Blackburg. Fifth right now will be Casey Brunson aboard the 010 machine, another Bulletproof Motorsports guy. Sixth will be Austin Brewer, Alex Brewer in the number 1 machine, as I'm getting messed up here. Then you got Josh Ely, Daniel Stifler, Justin Pruitt, and Braden Richards. Those guys are your top 10 as they're running right now. I've seen some blinking effects here on my screen. It's again, I lost my cars there for a second. I went all white again, so I just refreshed my trading paints, and I'm fine. I see cars again, so just a little bit of a hiccup on my side of things, but just looking at cars, I don't want to go all green flag with all white cars again. I've done that last week. Don't want to do it again. As the iRacing flag, green flag is in the air. Oh, some more contact over there. Quite a heavy contact. Is watching those guys make it through the corner, though, this time. But, Salter and Meyer make contact. Those guys both save it, though. As Austin Myers and Jason Salter making contact over there. Is not sure what that was all about. Same real estate again. As those guys were fighting for it there. As racing Jason Salter and able to hang on, but another yellow flag going to come out on the speedway. And our record server starting to get a little bit busy here. And it looks like we're going to see who that was involved in on here. Looks like it's going to be the 39 of Jerry Martin. That's who it is. I don't know. Watching iRacing flag here as he comes down there in the corner. On his car, I don't know. He slowed up. I don't know if that was actually a yellow flag or not. Maybe Ely? No, it can't be Ely. So I'm not 100% positive, but it looked like a little bit of contact back there. So I'm not sure if that was enough contact to bring out the yellow. But obviously a yellow flag did come out. So we'll have to wait and see. Look at the Insta report maybe afterwards to see if that's what indeed brought it out. Because that kind of confuses me sometimes. Is what brings out these yellow flags. Like I said, didn't get home till 4 a.m. yesterday morning. It was a rather long night for me. I worked out to the Fonda, went out to the Fonda Speedway. Didn't work out there. Went out there, watched the Fonda 200, bringing that back. A little bit tired here tonight. Is for some reason just when you're out that late and then come back in the morning and then try to sleep and it just doesn't work for you. So. A little bit tired here tonight, but that was a great race to say the least. Great to go out and see some of them bigger races up here in the Northeast, and then come back here and watch the Sunday Night Shootout Series, the BladeNote.com Sunday Night Shootout Series, which I on my docket is a big race in the iRacing community too, and I enjoy broadcasting this each and every Sunday night, along with the late models and Wednesday night, and I enjoy broadcasting, period, so I can't really say I just enjoy one better than another, but I know this is the pinnacle of dirt street stock racing is DWRL, and this is where the best street stock racers are at over here, so these guys getting ready, restacked or repacked here for the green flag to come out here. So the iRacing.com lights are extinguished to top that pace truck. Going to wait for the official pace truck to pull off the speedway. Let these guys light the wick off of turn number 4. Can John Monkern hang on here And that Evil One Graphics number 36 machine is the iRacing flag. Green flags back in the air as we race it down the front straightaway, side by side battle here, going off into turn number 1. And it looks like Salter may be around over there in that number 10 machine. I could be wrong, but there was a lot of contact being made back there. Yeah, Jason Salter stuck on top of a U-tire. Can he get free from that U-tire? He's really trying to get free. Oh, man. Jason Salter stuck down there in that number 10 machine. So, we're going to watch Racing Jason Salter come down into the corner. It looks like he had a little bit of help from Dustin Benton in that number 34 machine. As 34 gets into the rear of the number 10, sends him creating around. Tough break for Racing Jason Salter. Dustin Benton got a lot of damage to the front of his machine, but Dustin Benton gave him a little bit of help around, able to keep it going, gathered back up, and able to hold on to his spot. Jason Salter, not the same thing goes for him, as he's got a lot of damage and catwalking it down into the pits. Lots of damage to that number 10 machine. Going to use a quick repair crew pretty quick there on the number 10 machine, but going to have to be relegated back to the back of the pack. The lights are still on. They should extinguish here down the front straightaway as soon as they get past this start-finish line. Looks like the call is going to go out to extinguish those lights. They're back to green flag racing. We're on lap 22 of 60. Been a caution-plagued race here so far in the first 22 laps. Hopefully we'll see a little bit of a difference here in the final 30 laps or so of this event. Maybe we'll see a green finish here from now to then. So we'll wait and see, I guess. As iRacing.com pace truck pulls off down onto pit road, the iRacing high flag, green flag getting ready to come out, and it does so. Moncurn gets on the gas and drifts up the track just a tad bit there, making just a tad bit of contact there with maybe Kyle Moyer. Well, here comes the 36 of Moncurn fighting back down to the bottom side. Looks like the 11 of Kyle Moyer having the whale of a run on the top shelf of the speedways. They fight tooth and nail down into turn number 3. Another yellow flag going to come out over the speedway. Again, going to slow these guys back down here. Hanover Record Service extremely busy here tonight. May have to page Dr. Green. It's the yellow flag and the yellow fever going around pretty hard here. The Williamsgrove Speedways has been going around all evening long. So another yellow flag. Going to restack and repack this field. Trying to figure out what brought out that yellow flag. Like the number 34 machine of Dustin Benton bringing out that yellow flag. I can't catch up with him though. I can't see it on my screen, so hopefully Jack was able to show it on your screen. As not able to see us, so Dustin Benton gonna have to go down pit road, get his quick repair on the number 34 machine, and be relegated back to the back of the pack. See what he's able to do as he comes back up through the front. As iRacing, I believe, has scored the number 11 of Kyle Moyer, race leader. I'm not sure if that was an error or if 36 is actually the race leader. Looking like it might be an error. So the pace truck leading the field here, and hopefully that the pace truck will be able to clear as we're going down the back straightaway. So it's going to clear here in turns 3 and 4. Send these guys back on their ways. My voice starting to go just a tad bit here tonight. It is Monkern and Moyer to lead them back down. iRacing I flag, great flag back in the air. As Moyer up the track there, had to come up the track a little bit more because the 36 and Monkern got on the gas and the car just seemed to drift pretty hard right there. The number 36 machine. So now a good side-by-side battle for the top spot between Moyer and Monkern as they drag race down the back straightaway here to turn number 3. As it is Monkern diving her in pretty deep, going to slide her up in front of the number 11 of Moyer. Moyer going to try to wrestle it back down to the bottom there. Some more contact being made. Yellow flag going to come out again. Cautions breed cautions, and that is what's happening here tonight. We're going to page Dr. Green, paging Dr. Green for some elixir for the yellow fever, and hopefully you can get that here stat, and we'll be able to get the green flag conditions back underway, and the yellow fever will disappear. Looks like the 73 involved in this one, along with the 88 machine also involved. So we'll take a look, see what actually happened there. Yeah, it looks like the 00 machine of Michael Whitlock getting into the back of the 73 machine and sending the 73 around sideways as Stephen Moore comes back down and gets the 88 machine of Prettyman. Prettyman gets the worst end of that one up into the outside wall. That brings out our blade node deck, or brings out our Hanover Record Service yellow flag, and brings to fruition our bladenode.com instant replay. So we got to know you have a favorite out there. It's been kind of quiet. It's been quite quiet out there in the Facebook Live chat, guys, gals. Who are you guys rooting for? Or Robbie Pruitt's actually rooting for. It looks like Justin Pruitt and Michael Whitlock and Jim Ravis. Dan Perry's probably rooting for Eric Eichstead, I would think. Charlie, who are you rooting for? I know you got a lot of nice paint skins out there. Got to be some other guys out there just watching the stream. Just looking down through is Mindy. We know Mindy's going for the 12. If I see something different than 12 up there, I might be shocked. Maybe the 21. I've seen a root for Jim Ravis, so maybe Team DWR is what Mindy roots for. So see what you guys are all rooting for is the guys out here. A lot of yellow flags coming on here at Williams Grove, so it's unfortunate there. Here is looks like the elixir has been delivered, so we'll see what happens here. Hopefully we get the green flag racing in for the rest of the evening. Is iRacing I flag, green flags back out in the air. Single file the way to land, no more double file restarts. The 36 of John Monkern gets a good start over Kyle Moyer and leads him down into turn number 1. Moyer dives her in pretty deep there, trying to go sideways here. Trying to get around that number 36 of Monkern as they get off the turn down the back straightaway here to turn number 3. So Monkern drifting way up the track, leaving the door wide open for the 11 of Monkern. He's not able to get by, or Moyer, excuse me, not able to get by Monkern, I should say. There in the number 36 machine, 61 of Josh Peacock running in that third spot. 4th is David Blackburn. 5th, Joshua Ely. 6th is Casey Brunson. And the 010 machine, Daniel Stifler running in that 7th spot. 8th is Justin Pruitt. 9th is Eric Eichstead, and Braden Richards right now rounds out your top 10, and he's in a heated battle there with a 319 to David Brewer for that 10th spot. So up front, trying to stay out and trying to be the man in charge of the field is the number 36 of John Monkern, and yellow flag going to wave once again. We're going to slow it back down again and repack the field. Take a look-see to see what happened here for bringing out this yellow. I believe that had Austin Myers involved in this one. So taking a look to see what happened here is Jason Salter looks to the bottom, and Austin Miners looks like the 32 came down and collected the Austin Miners machine. Salter at the wrong place at the wrong time there, getting involved in that one. Making contact, have to join the tail end of the field again. There's the number 10 machine, see if he can make his way all the way back up through this one. All right, look at that. We got Shelly Jones-Rogers out there going for Austin Rogers. Charlie's going for Josh Peacock. Going to get that dub once the top comes in good. So he's going for Josh Peacock. Good to see that, Charlie, out there. Nice paint scheme out there for that 61 machine, too. Ollie out there saying 16. Getting it done. I see the 16 get it done. We'll see what happens. A lot of good racers out there. A lot of good guys out there that race here each and every Sunday night. They race Wednesday night too. I mean, they're all over the place, and it's great to always have these guys involved here on the Full Velocity Racing Network, and great to broadcast and great to see who's going to win. I like to hear the first time winners out there. I don't know if you guys do or not, but the first time winners always exciting to do, especially at DWR. These guys fight really hard to try to win one of these things. It takes a very, very long time a lot of times to win one of these races. So it's great to hear those and interview those guys when they're ecstatic down the victory lanes. iRacing, I flag, green flag comes back out. So just watching John Montkern in the number 36 machine continue to lead over Kyle Moyer. And then number 11, 61 of Josh Peacock running in that third spot. He's on the outside. He's on the outside looking in. Let's go Monstar Production on board with the driver of the number 61, Josh Peacock, as he wrestles away. Nope, let's cancel that. Another yellow flag's gonna come out before we go Monstar Production on board. He was involved in this one. I think I'm willing to bet it's Kyle Surratt. I could be wrong though. That does happen. We should look at Kyle Surratt out of this event. Not sure what brought out this yellow flag, but looks like Kyle Surratt may be involved in this one. Well, while I got a moment out there, I just want to let everybody know that sometimes here on the Full Velocity Racing Network we make calls, and I want to let you guys know that we are not the admins. We do make calls here on the Full Velocity Racing Network every once in a while, and they may not be the correct calls. Trust me, that's why we're not the admins. We let the guys the adminning do those jobs, and we just want to make sure that everybody knows that. As we do make calls, we could be saying something that we don't see. We don't sometimes look at the replay 10 or 15 different times. We go on instinct, and that's what the announcing business is about. And we could call something way different than what the admin sees after they've looked at it or looked at the replay. Well, we just want to remind everyone out there that sometimes when we make calls, they are not correct because we don't look at it 10 different ways. But that is what goes on out there. Just wanted to remind everybody that just not to go back and badger the admins too hard if they make a call just because we said something doesn't mean that it's necessarily the right thing. Trust me. We've made a lot of calls. We've been admins before in the past in other leagues ourselves, Phil and I, and anybody that's else has been out there around piles. I know admins too. So we know we've all made wrong calls before. So that happens here. We just don't want you to go beat up the admins, whether it's here or DWR. I've heard it at DSO. Just take it easy on the admins. If we make a call, that's necessarily not the right call. You always go with the call that admin makes in that particular series, not what we make here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. So just wanted to remind you guys of that as you're listening here, and make sure that we're not badgering those guys out there too bad, because the admins really work hard to put on these shows, and fantastic racing going on. And a show like this, I know these guys are really talking back and forth, I'm sure, in Discord, saying, hey, we need to clean it up a little bit. We're live on Full Velocity Racing Network. Everybody's watching, and it's difficult sometimes. Once you're under cautions all the time, it stacks everybody back up. And once you get single file racing and out there with some different advantages, iRacing, I flag, green flags back out, it makes it better there for the drivers not to run over top of each other. They're really fighting for every inch of real estate out there. They really want to win. It goes to show you how hard these guys fight and claw their way to the front of the field to try to win one of these things. As another yellow flag comes out, just as soon as I said that. So a lot of yellow flags here tonight. Unfortunately, we're gonna go. I'm gonna see what I can do to see with this. Yep. Right now we've had 8 cautions here at Williams Grove. So caution flag race for 22 laps and only had 2 lean changes so far. 8 yellow flags slowing us down here tonight. It looks like Tyson Pankow involved in this one. We're gonna. So we're going to take a look here. So, looks like we're going to take a look here, and it looks like not going to make it an official call here. As it looks like the number 12 of Eric Eichstead here and Braden Richards. Richards dives it down into the bottom. And they make contact there as Richards comes up and door checks the number 12 machine. Around goes Braden Richards. So Richards was trying to fight for the real estate. I think he tried to pull it off Eichstead, and that's why he won around. So Braden Richards involved in that one. A couple other guys get involved, but Braden Richards at the dictation of that one, making a little bit of contact there with Eric Eichstead. Yeah, 61 going to be back in the body shop this week. Charlie's saying Alex Cummings on the move. Yep, he is 28th or 13th. I think is where he's sitting. I think he's sitting 13th right now. Maybe 12th now. I think. Well, he's 11th now. So yeah, with everything that was going on there, yeah, Alex Cummings now sitting 11th. So yeah, 28th to 11th. That's a huge feat. Right now, as we're getting ready to go back to green flag, racing high flag, green flag back out. Loud pedal is down. Let's see how long we're going to stay green flag racing here at the DWRL. BladeNote.com Sunday night shootout series with the street stock division. The 61 now looking to the bottom here of the number 36 of John Monkern. So Monkern holding on to the top spot as Moyer's drifted back. But it looks like Peacock's starting to really warm it up there and starting to get up alongside the 36 out of Monkern. Is Monkern heating up his stuff too much or just overdriving that number 36 machine? Joshua Ely now up into the fray too. He's running in that third spot in that 09 machine, so good run for Ely. Fourth is Kyle Moore. That's where he's dropped in and settled in. Oh, some contact. It looked like the 16 around. And Kyle Moyer, some more contact there. Alex Brewer involved. He comes in late. And we talked about the 631 of Alex Cummings involved. Tupper involved in it too. The 21 of Jim Revis involved. I mean, just a lot of carnage over there in the corner. Tough break for a lot of those drivers. It's getting caught up in a melee over there. A parking lot, to say the least. Over there in turns, I believe that's 3 and 4. What a huge wreck, and hopefully Jack will be able to show that in a couple different angles here. Maybe we'll get an in-car shot here. We need to get Monstar Productions a huge shout out, but on this restart, I think we'll go on board. It looks like Josh Peacock somehow was able to take the advantage away from 36 there. So 36 of Monkern going to drop back second. So maybe we'll go on board with, let's go on board with that 07 of Justin Pruitt there, Jack, when we go to green flag. Let's see what it looks like from Justin Pruitt there. That'll be rather interesting. Jamming Justin Pruitt in the 07 machine is what we're going to call him there. We'll see if he actually likes that. See if Robbie's out there letting him know. Yeah, as, we're on, I believe this is yellow flag number 9 of the evening. Number 9. So we've gone 9 yellow flags for 25 laps. Is hopefully that's the end of it. We don't want to get to double digits here. As like Phil would say, he don't like the I pace. We like the I race. So I'm gonna steal that line that he has out there. It's kind of weird. It's kind of quirky and all the thing. But nobody wants the I pace out there. They do want to race. So. Behind the iRacing.com official page truck here, the Chevy Silverado going to pull off here down into the infield. It is the Josh Peacock, number 61, to lead the charge here to get the iRacing I-Flag green flag. A little bit of a slow start, delayed there. iRacing I-Flag green flags in the air, and it is the 61 machine going down the front straight. We're on board the 07 of Justin Pruitt. We're going to stay there for a lap and see what happens here with Justin Pruitt. All right, Justin Pruitt going 4 wide almost for that second spot. Pruitt doing a fantastic job. Thank you to Monstar Productions for the beautiful pictures on board camera here tonight and every night. Monstar Productions, a proud sponsor here of the Full Velocity Racing Network. Josh Peacock with a race lead there in the 61 machine and pulling away from John Monkern in the 36, who led quite a few laps here up until this point here. So John Monkern has led, I believe, right around the 30-35 mark there for the 36 machine. So he's dropping back to that second spot there behind Josh Peacock. And just looking at the different I ratings going on here. But Peacock leading the charge here in the number 61 machine. Is another yellow flag going to come out? We are in double digits here tonight, folks. 10 yellow flags here this evening. And like I said, feast or famine here in Williams Grove. Is it Friday the 13th? It's not really a Friday, but man, it feels like a Friday the 13th. Full moon arising at one of my local tracks. The yellow flag never goes out. Looks like the number 39 hit the wall, the opening of the speedway. That would be Jerry Martin, and man, he is catwalking around right now. Let's go back and take a look-see at this one. The opening claims another one, folks, is the 39 of Jerry Martin. Man, just barely clipped that wall, and that sent him creating down there. And Jerry Martin around in a knot. Tough break for him. Had to go down and get a quick repair. Yellow flag comes out. So we're going to join the tail of the field and hopefully salvage something out of this one. Got to thank everybody for tuning in once again to Full Velocity Racing Network, your source for eSport racing. Got to thank our wonderful sponsors here to help us get going here. Hanover Record Service, iRacingIFlag.com, Boyle's Trucking, CNC Custom Designs and Engraving, BladeNode.com, South Texas Speedway, Monstar Productions, Horror Motorsports, TDR-Racing.net, Trash Panda Graphics, and like I said, Wraps. We're coming aboard and being great sponsors here of the Full Velocity Racing Network. And now, most of all, thank all the sponsors that I call the fans out there on Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch. Thank you guys for tuning in here to the Full Velocity Racing Network. Again, if you want to be involved, we have sponsorship packages to meet your guys' needs. Also, star donations help us keep our broadcasting sheet rates low, or even our apparel. We get a percentage off our apparel to help that also. So you can end up with some Full Velocity Racing Network swag. Who doesn't want that coming up into the winter months, especially one of those hoodies. Fantastic designs on them. And, I mean, get a Who's It Gonna Be hoodie. Who wouldn't want to wear one of those? I know Caleb Ramsey's got one of those on the 13 machine. So, iRacing.com, pace truck down to pit road. Looks like we're going to send these guys back on their way off of turn number 4. iRacing I-Flag, green flags in the air. And hopefully this is the last one we have to see here this evening. We're going to see green all the way. We'll see what happens. It's a 61 of Peacock right now. Oh, contacted by Curtin Peacock. Go around. The leader is out of this race. Oh, boy. Monkern into the side of the 61 of Josh Peacock in front of the whole field. Well, that could have been bad. Peacock cannot be happy in that 61 machine. Wow, that changes the complexion of the race here. As I know Moncurn, I don't think he meant to drive it in that hard, and unfortunate there for Moncurn getting into the side of Peacock. Man, that changes the complexion tenfold of this race. As watching, let's go back and see this replay real quick and watch Moncurn. Moncurn's probably really mad at himself. He's seen him exit the speedway stage left, so he's not the type of racer that does that on purpose. I'm going to tell you that, and I know Peacock probably not happy either because he really worked his tail off to get where he was at. So. We're going to briefly show, I think Jack showed it on the screen a couple times there as we were watching them there. But the number 61 of Peacock comes down in here into the corner number 1 just to explain it. And the 36 just hard into the 61. He was coming hard into the corner, drifted up. I think he thought he could make it stick. And, you know, I've had those instances where I think I made it stick and I just run into the back of somebody. It takes you and the leader out, and everything changes. The complexion of that race changes. And Josh Peacock have to start from the tail end of the field. And John Moncurn has called it a night here in that 36 machine. Man, oh man. So it looks like we're going to extend this one out. And Joshua Ely inherits the lead here in the Sunday Night Shootout Series. Daniel Stifler is second. Third is David Brewer. Casey Brunson. Alex Brewer is fifth right now. Brandon Gulp, Dustin Benton, Jason Salter, Eric Chopper up to ninth, and Eric Eichstadt round out your top 10. So a lot of things have changed up front of the field. We'll see how this is going to fold out and play out here. Is drama and implications, as they would say, starting to happen here at the Williams Grove Speedway, Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. Irish high flag, great flags in the air. Is the 09 of Joshua Ely going to be able to hold on and take down the victory? Is the 71 going to be the spoiler here? Daniel Stifler in that second spot. See all more contact over there. Another yellow flag coming out over in the corner. Another green-white checker going to have to come here. So more extension, another yellow flag. Not sure what brought out that one. So, yep, we're going to look here, and I think somebody forgot where the brakes were. Driving it into the corner really hot and heavy, and bam! 34 gets in the 122, and then 122 gets into the 1. They all go around in knots. It was enough to bring out the yellow flag, but man, just people just driving over top of their head right now. They want to get up through the field, and it looks like this is where they want to pass here under these yellow flags when they get it all gathered back up. And this is what's cautions are breeding cautions, and that's unfortunate here for these guys tonight. I know they can't be happy with one another out there, but it's short track racing, dirt track racing. We expect this when we come to Williams Grove. It's one of those tracks that continue to be not very good here. Most of the time, as iRacing flag, green flag is back out here. So we're going to try this again and see what happens. So Joshua Ely down the back straightaway here, going down into turn number 3. Looks like they're going to get a white flag off of turn number 4. Hopefully nothing else happens here. As Ely right now holding on to the top spot there, coming off of turn number 4. White flag going to be out in the air. For the 09 of Josh Ely, Daniel Stifler right now in that second spot. Third is Casey Brunson now in the 010 machine. He's just trying to make something happen. As Brunson right now leading down in the back straightaway here. Joshua Ely dives her in pretty deep in the 09 machine. He's trying to make sure he holds it on there. Just up out of the corner. He's going to take down the victory here. Joshua Ely in the 09 machine taking down the victory here in the BladeNote.com Sunday Night Shootout Series. Daniel Stifler going to finish up second. Third going to be Casey Brunson, David Brewer, Alex Brewer, Brandon, Jason Salter, Dustin Benton, Eric Chopper, Eric Eichstead, Austin Miners, Michael Whitlock, Tyson Pankow, David Blackbird, Jim Revis, Kevin Prettyman. Then you got Caleb Ramsey, Kyle Moyer, Austin Rogers, Stephen Moore, Caleb in the 32, Alex Cummings, Josh Peacock, man, 23rd for Josh Peacock, Braden Richards, Justin Pruitt, Jerry Martin, John Monkern, and Kyle Surratt round out your 28 cars here tonight. But again, congratulations to the 09 of Josh Wheatley taking down the big W here tonight. And we'll make our way on down to BladeNote.com Victory Lane to interview with our top 3 drivers, and we'll be back at you here in just a few moments. And welcome back, going down the BladeNote.com Victory Lane, and we're going to catch up with our 3rd place finisher here tonight. Driver of the 010, bringing home the 3rd place finish here tonight, Casey Brunson. Good points show for him here as he had to get out of the melees, I should say, there in that 010 machine there towards the end of that one. Able to bring home a nice, solid 3rd place finish here, Casey. Good for the points showing, but a nice podium finish. Tell us about your race and what you did to miss some of those wrecks, and how many were you involved in yourself?
I don't think I'm involved, and maybe that one, but I don't know. iRacing just wanted me to finish 7th. I just get messed up and get sent to the back to 7th every single time. But that one big crash happened, so I was able to go to the 4th and get the 3rd at the last second there.
Yeah, good rebound for the 010. And my microphone keeps going in and out here, but a good finish for the 010. Good rebound here. Finish going to actually help your points standings as they're sitting right now. I believe right now you were coming into this one couple of
Uno point ahead.
1 point ahead. So that's gonna help because Jason Salter not having a run there. So yeah, just looking at the different types of what's going on in point standings, trying to be more aware of that this year. Tell us what goes on here tonight. What do you think the cause here? I always say Williams Grove is the feast or famine type of track. Either you have a ton of yellow flags or you have good green flag racing all the way to the end of that. What do you think the cause of tonight was?
I don't know. We had a good 11 lap green flag stretch there at the beginning, but it's just once that happens, everybody's just all just want to go to the front. And 1 lap, it's hectic, especially you're going so fast, and these streaks like they don't like to turn very well. So then you got to slow down very fast. It's just not a real good mixture.
Now, is it the product of the track, maybe the way it was here tonight, Casey? Was it where you had to hurry up, try to make up a position because that's where you're going to sit at? Is that what was going on here at Williams? No other groove going on right now?
A lot of people don't want to say it, but most of the time, most everything's just mostly a one-lane track. So you're trying to fight to get to that one lane during that single restart, and it's all everybody crushing each other.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking is maybe fighting for that real estate. I've seen that at local tracks many a times. You want to get many race, and that's what causes that. So again, that's not the norm here at DWRL. I'll tell you that right now. It's but tonight's just one of those things that maybe the full moon was out and things were just happening in weird ways. But Casey Brunson bringing home third. I'm going to give the microphone. The floor is all yours. Thank you. I'd like to thank you tonight.
I think DWRL for putting these races on. Just don't know what I would do on my Sundays if I didn't have these. The guys at BPM for all the setup help. I wouldn't be here without them. And, y'all guys for broadcasting, and Joshua Peak out with JP Designs.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, bring home third place tonight. Driver of the 01. We're going to make our way on down to, I believe this is going to be Daniel Stifler, who we're going to catch up with next. If I can figure out what I just did here is, I don't know if I can even pull him now. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here. It looks like I'm not able to pull for some reason. Jack, right there, Johnny on the spot, but the Iceman Daniel Stifler bringing home my second place finish here tonight. Dan, a pretty good showing for you here this evening. Tell us about how you avoided what you needed to avoid to bring home this great second place finish here tonight, and try to capitalize on some of the other runs you've had these coming last season.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just survival of the fittest out there. Just tried to be patient and pick my way through a couple cars each time the cautions came out. Apparently, I upset a few drivers. I don't know. I want to apologize to anybody I upset there. I was just trying to hang on and survive, and I just bring it home in one piece. Shit.
Yeah, definitely that's the name of the game, and mired back 20th in points here in the Sunday Night Shootout Series. I know a lot of guys don't worry about the points being from Wednesday Night Street Fights, but mired back 20th. This will be a good gain for you here, bringing home a second place finish in Williams Grove. Like I tell everybody, feast or famine. Tonight was famine, and everything that could go wrong was going wrong out there on the speedway. So yes, you got to survive. Unfortunately, tensions do flare at these short tracks, Dan, and definitely a good run for you. I mean, I'm going to give you the microphone. The floor is all yours. Thank you. I'd like to thank you this evening.
Yeah, thanks, Todd. First off, I come into this season. I wasn't really planning on running for points. I was just gonna come in here and try to have some fun. I ended up bringing a good finish home here tonight, so we'll see where that takes us. I just want to thank DWRL and Jim, Eric, and Jason for putting this race, a second night for us all to race on, and you guys at FV for broadcasting it to everybody. And congratulations over there to Josh on his win. And hope to see you all next time.
All right, picking up the second place finish here tonight. Driver of the number 71, Stifler. We'll see if he's going to be able to make some waves. As it looks like Josh Ely trying to go away from us. He got out of a room. We're going to move him here. Joshua Ely trying to move away from us here as we had him in a particular room, and he decided that he was going to leave. And then we had to chase him back down. We brought him back down to earth here. Driver of the 09, Josh Ely, taking down the victory here tonight. Right place at the right time there after a little bit of wreck that happened in front of you there, Josh. Tell us how you made it through that one.
Man, honestly, I think it just pure luck. I mean, I got into Josh after he turned. I really didn't see nothing till I was pretty much right on him, and back of my car hit his. And I mean, like I said, I don't know how I made it through, honestly.
I'll make it through. It's one of those wrecks that you just have to close your eyes and hopefully you make it out on the other side of things. But taking down a big victory here tonight, able to hold on towards the end of that one. A lot of yellow flags plagued here tonight. I think just everybody, the one group here tonight at Williams Grove didn't help things. Looked like it pretty much stayed to the bottom, and just everybody fighting for the same inch of real estate is what brought out those yellows. Was that the case, Josh, you think?
Maybe, I don't know. A lot of it's on corner entry. People not checking up. Person in front of them getting on the brakes a little bit more than what the other one will. But I think that's probably what main cause of it was.
All right, Josh, bringing down a big victory here in that 09 machine, keeping Bulletproof Motorsports going pretty strong there, taking down the victory. But I'm going to give the microphone. The floor is all yours. Thank you. I'd like to thank you for the win tonight.
I'd like to first start off by thanking Stephen Moore for the setup. I mean, that thing was real fast. I also like to thank my wife for letting me do what I do, and FERN for broadcasting, and DWRL for putting up the series.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, picking up the win here tonight, driver of the party with some of his fans out there and some of the drivers of Bulletproof Motorsports. But Josh Healy taking down the big W here at the BladeNote.com Sunday Night Shootout Series. We'll let him get back to the partying. And, man, what a night here tonight. A little bit of a caution plate race here for Williams Grove. Kind of expected that sometimes, and other times you don't expect it. They're fighting for every inch of real estate that you can. Josh Healy taking down the victory off benefit of the two guys making contact directly in front of him, closed his eyes, went through, found the race win here tonight, and big W here, help him in the point standings at the BladeNote.com Sunday Night Shootout Series. Again, what a fantastic race here this evening through both of them. Yeah, there's a lot of yellows, but these guys still put on the show fighting and clawing their way to the front of this field. So, again, tomorrow night, we're going to have Dirt Slinging Outlaws. We're going to have Southern Series out there. We're going to do a nice live drawing on the Street Stock Series there. And that should be great. It's going to be right at the conclusion of that series, so it should be in between that and Dirt Slinging Outlaws. So stay tuned for that one as iRacing iFlag, as we do a nice drawing for them and Jeff Brown. Can't wait to do that with Phil, as Phil will be back on the air again tomorrow night. I know he's out there watching football, but that's going to be wrap it up here for tonight at .com Victory Lane. I'm Todd Stanton signing off. Jack Truman pushing all the controls. Thank you very much to Phil out there and everybody here. Full Velocity Race Network, all the fans, and all of our great sponsors here this evening. Signing off here for the evening. Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow night.